Hey guys, welcome. And I am Matt Hawkins, Realtor, Broker Associate, Keller Williams Gulf Coast. And I thought it'd be helpful to shoot a video with my friend Michael Cook here today. We're just going to run through some of the things that first-time home buyers run into and questions they may have. Michael is in the process to be a first-time home buyer, and so I thought he'd be the perfect candidate to let him ask me some questions that may be the same questions you have. So with that, I'll turn it over to Mike here and let him ask me some questions.
Well, I just wanted to, when I kind of prepared for this, I was thinking, just from the very, very beginning, I think one of the most common questions is, what type of credit score do I need to have? That's something that I knew that I needed to work on, but what should my target be?
So credit score, so the first step I always tell people is to get linked up with a lender, because whether your credit score is 700, 600, 500, typically that mark around 650 is, I think, where the lenders above want to be at. All programs have different benchmarks for that. So if you get paired up with a lender partner first, then they can put you on a roadmap to where you need to be and give you some guidance on, hey, you're ready now, you're ready in 6 months, here's what your payment would look like, here's what a budget would look like. Those are things that really your realtor can't give you because we don't lend money. But we can point you in the right direction as far as who to partner up with, people that we work with often, people that we know are quality. So that would be my first step in answering that question is I would get paired up with someone who is a mortgage loan officer.
So would you recommend that I partner with a realtor first to get me in touch with that person, or is that someone that I can find on my own?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, each realtor probably has a preferred lender that they like to work with, not because of maybe ease of use, people who return your phone calls. I mean, there's various reasons that I like to work with the people I like to work with. Mm-hmm. I know they get their job done. I know sometimes they work on weekends. They respond to my text messages, things like that are important throughout the process as we move along. That is the reason that I partner with certain people.
Will my credit score affect the amount of money that I have to have coming in to buy the home?
It will affect some programs that you qualify for as far as down payment assistance in the state of Florida. It may be different in other states. It may qualify you between 3 and 5%, so it could affect it.
Okay. What are the other criteria when I'm going to look at a home that the lender will look at to determine whether they want to lend me the money?
So the lender first, are you employed? I mean, funny question. Some people, aren't, or, mm-hmm. They've recently changed jobs. They're going to look at your job history to see stability. So if you've just changed jobs, you've been there 3 months, 2 months, you may not be ready. But they can give you that guidance to say, okay, well, hey, look, you've only been there 3 months. Come back to me in a year, mm-hmm. when it's been 1 year. So the length of the job history they'll look at, they will, not in the interim, but they will look at your bank account to see if you have enough money to actually put it down. Some people are getting gifts from family members, or sometimes people are gifting them the down payment assistance. That can work, but the money has to be seasoned in your account. Seasoned meaning they need to place that money in your account for a certain amount of time. Mm-hmm. Things like that they'll look at. So job history, credit score, do you have money for the down payment, things like that.
So is that 3 to 5% the amount of money that I need to be prepared to have to buy the house?
I'd say that's a good benchmark. There are programs that can make that money less. It can make it, in the state of Florida, we have a first-time home buyer program if you're employed in the state that can give you up to $35,000 down payment assistance. So like there are programs you qualify for that you might move in with nothing, down. I would plan on having 3 to 5%, probably 5% saved up, so that I had money to put down, and then anything I got besides that would be a bonus.
That's really helpful. What about when when I'm, especially here in Florida, there's a lot of new homes going up. Should I look at buying a brand new home, or should I look at buying something that's been lived in? What's the better value for me right now?
So I have two schools of thought on that. I always ask people, how handy are you?
Right.
Because I like to know if they're able to fix things. Now, if they want to move in and they only know how to change light bulbs, then I know that I got to find them something that is ready to be lived in and not going to need work for a long time.
Right.
So after I ask that, I always look at the programs and how much money that they have to put down, and not that steer you one way or the other, but projects take money, projects take time. Not only that, certain projects on the fixer-upper side won't qualify for certain type of financing. So if I know what kind of loan, whether it's FHA or conventional, that'll tell me right up front if we can find a fixer-upper.
Mm-hmm.
I like fixer-uppers because I can do the work, and I have people that can do the work, and then I can develop solid equity in the property. That'd be a good route. But as far as somebody who maybe not as handy, right now there are a lot of new home builders that are running certain incentives. They're paying down payment assistance. They're giving certain upgrades. They're buying down interest rates. So depending on the person, either option could be good. A lot of the new construction stuff right now may be more appealing for first-time home buyers.
So what's the amount of money hard money that I'll need at the time of closing?
So hard money, the lender will probably tell you 3 to 5%. I mean, they're going to tell you up front, and they'll give you an estimate, and that estimate may change as it goes down the line. Closing costs are typically about 3% here, and outside of closing costs, some money that you'll need up front are going to be for your inspections, your home inspection, $500 to $600 in this market. Could be more, could be less, depending on the size of the house. A WDO inspection, which stands for wood destroying organisms. That can be fungus, wood rot, bugs like termites. That is typically $150, $200. Again, these numbers are just in our market, and it depends on the size of the house and location. If the house needs a new survey, that is, depends on the size of the lot again, but it could be $500 to $1,000, depending on how quick you need it and how big the property is. So some of those can get rolled into your actual loan, and others need to be paid up front. So I always tell people to plan on about $1,000 worth of inspections. If it comes out a little less, you're saving money. And, outside of that, the money you need is probably, the lender will run that by you, but it's 3 to 5% probably.
Insurance costs that come along with that?
Insurance costs, so they're going to charge you 1 year, 6 months premium, depending on where we are in the year. That will be rolled into your actual closing costs. And, that will be rolled into your actual closing costs or actual loan. So you don't have to pay up front for that. What will happen when you get a mortgage is they will set up an escrow account for you. The escrow account will pay for your taxes and your homeowner's insurance and things like that. It's not that they don't trust you to do it. It's just that they don't trust you to do it every year. And so since they're lending you the money, they make sure that those are paid.
Okay.
So not up front, but yeah, it does get paid.
Okay.
All right. So hopefully those questions were helpful for you. If you have any additional questions, feel free to reach out to me directly. My contact information is below, and I'll be happy to help. Thanks.